Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to discuss an interesting topic, skin sense organ. We have five sense organs: ear for listening, eye for vision, nose for smelling, tongue for taste, and skin for feeling. We touch and feel it is cold or hot. So skin help us to feel something, any object, and these sense organs connect human beings to the external environment. So skin is the one of the sense organ which we are going to discuss today. We have a short and sweet presentation on skin anatomy and physiology. Now we move to the introduction. The skin is also known as cutis, integument that serve a main covering of the body. The skin is the largest organ of the human body. It contributes 16% of the total body weight. For the average adult human, the skin has surface area around 1.5 to 2 square meter and thickness of the skin is 0.5 to 3 mm. It vary according to the location of the body. Skin is very thick on the palm side, surface of the palm, and uh, sole of the feet. These are the two locations where the thickness of skin is more than comparatively other parts. On penis and the eyelids, skin is very thin. Now the definition of skin: the body basic defense covering which protects against heat, light, injury, and infection. Skin provide a protection against pathogens which directly attack to the skin, but skin has some immunity and it acts as a first line defense mechanism. The skin is completely cover the body and it continues to the membrane lining of the body orifices like ear cavity, nasal cavity, and other cavities of the body. There are two general types of skin: hairy skin and hairless skin. Hairless skin is present on the palm surface and sole of the feet. Skin plays an important role in immunity. It protects the body against pathogen and excessive water loss. Skin also act as a thermoregulator. By sweating, it control the body temperature. Its other function are insulation, temperature regulation, sensation feeling, synthesis of vitamin D in sun exposure, and the and protection by UV rays. Severely damaged skin will try to heal by forming a scar tissue. In human skin, pigmentation vary among the population and skin type. It range dry to oily. Now we move to the structure of skin. Epidermis is the outermost layer of the skin. Middle layer of the skin is dermis and hypodermis is just below the dermis layer. And it is the innermost layer of the skin, hypodermis. Hair follicle present in the dermis and sweat glands. It secrete the sweat and controls the body temperature. Fat cells are present here. Connective tissue and blood vessels, artery and veins. It supply the nourishment to the skin. Skin is composed of three layers: epidermis, dermis, and hypodermis. Now the description of epidermis. Epidermis is the outermost layer of the skin. It forms the waterproof pr- protective wrap over the body surface, which also serve as a barrier to infection. And the epidermis contains no blood vessels, and the cell's deepest layer of the nourished almost exclusively by diffused oxygen from the surrounding tissue. The main type of cells which make up the epidermis are keratinocyte cells, melanocyte cells, Langerhans cells, and Merkel cells. The epidermis help to the skin to regulate the body temperature. Epidermis is divided into further five subtypes: stratum corneum, stratum lucidum, stratum granulosum, stratum spinosum, stratum bacilli. In this image, you can see the different sublayers of the epidermal layer. Here you can see the microscopic image of layers of epidermis. Now, four types of cell present in the epidermis. Keratinoid cells, it produces keratin for strength. It provide hardening to the skin. Skin has enough elasticity due to the presence of collagen fiber and elastin fibers. Melanocyte cells, it contribute to the skin color. It decide the complexation of the skin, whether you are fair or dark complexation. It depends on melanin. Melanin is a pigment. Langerhans cells, it is part of immune system. Merkel cells, it detect the light, touch, and pressure. Now we move to the dermis. The dermis is the layer of skin beneath the epidermis that consists of epithelial tissue, and it cushions the body from stress and strain. The epidermis is tightly connected to the epidermis by the basal membrane. It contains the hair follicles, sweat glands, sebaceous gland, apocrine gland, lymphatic vessels, and blood vessels. The blood vessels in the dermis provide nourishment and waste removal from the own cells as well as from the stratum base of the epidermis. The dermis is structurally divided into two areas. A superficial area adjacent to the epidermis called papillary region, and a deeper, thicker area, it is known as reticular region. Now, routes of penetration. Absorption of substances through the skin depend on the number of factors: concentration, molecular weight of the molecule, duration of contact, solubility of medication, physical condition of the skin, parts of the body exposed, including the amount of hair on the skin. Thanks for listening.